What up, YouTube? We back today with another video. Today we gonna be reacting to Sneako exposing the red pill.
Be a playboy instead of raise a family.
Well,
we make fun of women all day for wanting to be girl boss queens and sleep around and have all this, and then you tell guys be a playboy instead of raise a family.
Do you want to know what's the quickest way for you to become high value, man? Don't get married. Eliminate all sedation. Learn game and networking. Build wealth. Get a vasectomy in your 20s.
what did you say?
Now, the number two and three things is very important. You have to avoid family creation and get the snipping. So our good friend Sneako, he saw this.
Oh, wait, let me read that myself. Do not get married. Okay, to each his own. 2, avoid family creation. I think everyone wants to create a family at some point in life. Get a vasectomy in your 20s. A vasectomy in your 20s is crazy. Like, what's the point? Can you reverse that? If it's reversible, then okay, it's understandable. Then even if it is reversible, it comes to the cost of it. Like, how much is it gonna cost to do it and to reverse it when I'm actually ready to go ahead and have kids? That's crazy. Live consistently. Okay, agreed. 5, eliminate all sedations. Okay, that's fair. 6, learn game and networking. Okay, that's pretty necessary. Play to your strengths, build wealth. Playing to your strengths would be the best way for you to build wealth. You know what I'm saying? If those strengths involve, you know what I'm saying, anything in regards to business or making money. And then 8, resist easing up on your focus. That is a major key right there. Resist easing up on your focus, because anything that could distract you, you know what I'm saying, could potentially end up distracting you for a prolonged period of time. So one thing I would say I disagree with is 2 and 3. Do not get married. It's crazy. You probably want to be married to the person you have a family with, but you know what I'm saying, let's keep going
And get the snipping. So our good friend Sneako, he saw this. The old Sneako kicked back in, man.
What does that mean?
He thought for himself.
He said, what does that mean?
I'm gonna teach young men to get a vasectomy in their 20s. I'm gonna teach young men to do that. And so he got together Fresh and Fit. He had a powwow, and the old Sneako is back, bro.
Should men in their 20s get a vasectomy?
Personally, I would say, looking at it from a holistic standpoint, I get what Rolo's saying for the whole topic itself of being high value, because once again, if you get a woman pregnant that's not there for you, she could be against you and it could turn into many different things. But personally, like I was saying earlier, for me, I do want a family if I meet the right woman I think is going to raise that child. But for most men, do that.
It sounded like he said shit, but he meant to say child, and he ended up saying chid. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say he called the kids a little shit or nothing like that. I mean, that would be crazy. That's funny.
I want to say resources.
Please stop.
Get the right woman? Oh, no.
Right, he call a kid a shit? How that little shit in? If she can raise that little shit, but I'm all for it, man. You gotta. Is that a boy or a girl?
You and me impressed with Sneako on this one.
Why is this like a hard? This not.
I don't know. This is not a hard answer. It's not a hard answer at all.
It's just a no, bro.
It's yes or no, bro. Just answer the question.
You know you can reverse vasectomies too.
They're gonna make that point. Do you know what the success rate is though? Yeah, we just look it up.
I want to say resources to find a woman that they want of their dreams, or even get the right woman. Probably not. So to be safe, vasectomy might be in their best interest.
So yes.
No, I'm saying okay.
Vasectomy
So
is crazy, especially if the success rate is, you know what I'm saying, something that's very minuscule. But we gonna see.
Oh, it depends on the individual. That's what I'm saying. So it's up to the man to decide for himself. But I'm just saying, generally for me, I think family is very important. But I understand why most men might not want that, because finding a woman that's actually good for you may be kind of hard. So I get
ducking a little bit
In America specifically.
in America, yeah.
In America, to be specific.
What do you think?
Let's get the ladies' takes on it, and then
It goes around.
Nigga, it's your podcast. Let's get your take on it, nigga.
Oh shit.
To be a high value man, the top 3 steps: avoid family creation, get a vasectomy, and have a network. It's just,
Now that I look at it, if this is like in order from most important to least important, I don't know. Fuck it. I'm gonna just put it right here on the screen, like what I think, or up there on the screen, what I think, like the actual order should be.
it's like the generic male self-improvement stuff, but like 2 of the top 3: get a vasectomy and avoid family creation. Do you agree?
Did he say avoid? I don't think he
Yes,
said avoid.
word for word. Avoid family creation.
It's on
top,
Twitter.
Top
It's
three
a
steps to
long
become a
list.
high value man.
Okay, I didn't see this tweet. I'm about to
Yeah.
take a look at it, but I mean, here's the thing. I think what he means by that.
Bro, these niggas is so funny to me, bro.
Oh,
Like, I don't know if he said it or he didn't say it, and I don't know. Like, maybe I just had to take a look and I gotta get a closer look at it because I haven't really analyzed it myself.
Nigga saying word for word what the tweet says. Like,
I'm gonna have to take a second look and third. I'm having my assistant take a look at it too.
Like,
I'm
nah,
having my
nigga,
whole
I don't
team actually
believe
look
you.
at it.
I'm
We
gonna
haven't
have
had a
to
meeting about
look
it yet.
myself.
sure. I
We
gotta
have to have a meeting to describe
piece
it.
everything together real quick.
But when I
man.
piece everything together
I
right
like-
now, oh shit, man, off the dome. I mean, I don't know.
When he says high value man, he's talking from the perspective of being able to be a playboy and get as many girls.
But why is that a priority over having a family? Like, why would that even be advice? Why would that be a male self-improvement advice? Be a playboy instead of raise a family?
Well,
we make fun of women all day for wanting to be girl boss queens and sleep around and have all this, and then you tell guys be a playboy instead of raise a family. That's the same advice on the other side.
Because here's the thing: when you're a playboy,
That's a great point.
you're going to be better at
He
raising.
has a point.
spitting. He's spitting.
I'm sorry, the rebuttal sounds like it's
It's about to be horrible. But Sneako's spitting right now.
Same advice on the other side.
Because here's the thing: when you're a playboy, you're going to be better at raising the family. And the reason
But he's
for
saying
that,
avoid family creation.
well, he's saying
You're not?
to be a high value. He's talking from the frame.
No, you're not.
You don't think so?
Why would a nigga that doesn't have? Why would a nigga that avoids commitment be better than a guy who's he's seeking a family to raise?
Because,
Facts.
bro, you don't understand it. You get a lot of fatherly intake
When you
by
fucking all these
bunch of
women.
And that's another thing about Fresh and Fit. They try to make like they try to make it seem like the most appealing thing for men to be like just like dickheads and playboys and shit like that. When in actuality, if he's trying to convince these women to like be like stay at home housewives, he should be, you know what I'm saying, influencing just enough young men to be like prepared to be husbands and ready to be leaders. And nigga, you crazy. This nigga said the playboy would be better at being committed, continuously coming home on a regular basis to raise a family, which is complete bullshit. But in order to make these particular types of guys that they want to highlight on their show come off as more popular or more or the most desirable, they're just gonna just say whatever it takes in order to get people to agree with their stance.
Exactly.
It's like
You don't understand. The fatherly instinct kicks in once you get done fucking a bunch of women, bro. That's what happens.
you just fuck the shit out of her, and then you want to take your kid to the park.
That's it, bro. On your 30th body, you're like, whoa, wow. The dad jokes are kicking in, like, all of a sudden, bro.
And knowing Rolo, because I know him personally, he's talking from the frame of being a guy getting a lot of girls. And then, if you decide you want to get a family down the road, you can always unsnip and then go ahead and go down the family route. But in today's day and age, I agree to a degree that you need to have sex with at least 50 girls as a guy. I've talked about that all the time. It's controversial. But the reason why I say that is because most women are more promiscuous than most.
At this point, this nigga just be saying shit, bro. He's saying that every guy should hit at least 50 girls. That's just very unlikely for like the average everyday Joe, as they say. You know what I'm saying? They always bring up the stat that like 30% of adult men are like virgins or ain't had sex in a year or something like that. Like he be contradicting himself like a lot of times when he be saying these points, just so that the argument would be balanced more so in his favor.
So if you're a dude and you're getting out here and dating girls and you get your pee-pee wet with the first girl, she could sell you a dream and you'll be like, oh yeah, this is great. So guys got to get out there and be sexually experienced. So he's talking from the frame of
in that sense, I wouldn't just say like sexual experience because you know what I'm saying, sexual experience doesn't equal to relationship experience or just, you know what I'm saying, or just like usual interactions with the opposite sex in terms of, you know what I'm saying, trying to persuade someone to like you and stuff like that. You feel me? Or being able to judge someone's character in order to determine whether or not they would be someone who's a good partner for you long term or not. You know what I'm saying? Having sex with a lot of women doesn't help you with, you know what I'm saying, reading a woman's character. You know what I'm saying? It just makes you better at having sex.
He's talking from the frame of, being attractive.
I think most guys out here are not going to be able to control their sexual urges. So he's saying as a
Oh, dude.
yeah.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. The quickest path to becoming a high value man. Do not get married, avoid family creation, vasectomy in your 20s, live consistently, eliminate all sedations, learn game and networking, play to your strength.
They don't have an opinion on this. They're just
They
making
don't. They're making up as they go.
And then Sneako's gonna make them feel dumb about their dumb opinion. I bet. I'm just predicting here. And then they're gonna be like, damn, I probably should have just had that meeting about the fucking tweet. But here's the thing though, like
niggas like, oh.
Nigga did get excited as hell when he found the tweet.
It's not far enough outside the scope of what y'all always do for you to be stumbling like this.
It's not, yeah.
This should be like layups. This is just another way to have the same convo y'all been having on repeat.
And for whatever reason, like all of a sudden when it gets, the reason why is because the bounds in which they continue to push. Like now we're talking about having a surgery that will prevent you from having children. Like that's how far, like that's when you get to the extreme where like we keep pushing it and then when they ask you, so yes or no, and they're like, you good with that? Yes or no? And you're like, ooh, I don't know, man. It just kind of, I guess it just depends, right? It depends on who you are, right? Like when you start doing that, that's when you step the bounds.
Yeah,
avoid family creation and get
because when you, because your value doesn't go up until you're built something, and that's typically going to be in your 30s.
So most guys,
that's what he's saying.
What do they focus on? Girls the whole time. He's saying at this point in your career, when you're on the way up, focus on things that are going to help you move forward in life and become successful.
And get a surgery done that prevents you from having children.
Yeah, but you can always reverse it.
That's not like a lot of the times that shit messes up. That's not something you could just like hope that it's going to be okay.
Generally, most men can't control their urges, so what's going to happen is they're going to go fuck around and get somebody pregnant.
This is how you.
So at that point, it comes to the decision that either you're gonna control yourself and not be like a super promiscuous man and end up having kids with women that, you know what I'm saying, that you shouldn't be with, you know what I'm saying, or that you probably may never marry or something like that. Or get a vasectomy, you know what I'm saying, that is reversible but isn't 100%, you know what I'm saying, effective in terms of reversing it every time, you know what I'm saying. It could be a hit or miss. Or oh shit, there are only two options. Either control yourself or get the vasectomy. You know what I'm saying? Niggas might as well just control themselves. Because that vasectomy shit is could be a tricky road. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to hitting a U-turn on that road, it's obviously not a secure plan.
Rise up the path to become
the high value man that can't control their urges.
Wasn't that the whole purpose of which I was saying was discipline? Isn't that a part of being a high value man is to gain discipline?
Is it like they run out of talking points so they try and like force something new to come up?
And it just keeps going further and further and further.
I can't imagine they had someone they cared about in their life and they would tell them this.
Nobody would say get it for a second.
They might do it on their podcast.
And then turn around and tell them, you can just reverse it.
Like if your niece or nephew, like
that's a good point. Like they'll say a lot of this shit on their podcast, but if they have like a little brother or a little cousin or a nephew or something like that, they probably wouldn't dare give them niggas, you know what I'm saying, this terrible advice. These niggas propping themselves up as men gurus, dating gurus, and all this bullshit, and giving advice and just saying shit for shock value and shit like that they would never say to a family member or someone that they care about, like they just said.
Like it's 20 years old and they're like, damn, I'm just trying to figure it out in life. I don't know what I want to do. And if you gave them this advice, it's borderline criminal. Like it's just awful advice, man.
And just real quick, for those who want to know like the info about reversing a vasectomy, will it be successful? Sure. However, the problem with vasectomies, the longer you have it, when you try to reverse it, the less likely you're actually going to gain back enough sperm to actually impregnate somebody.
If you're a guy and you scream, "What's the fuck?" in a grocery store, they probably arrest you.
Yeah.
But a woman, you like some niggas would be like, bro, like, are you okay?
You good?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So here's my number.
Yeah. I think. gave the men the same ability to,
Yeah.
if they could, they would too, bro. I don't think that's like.
But that's the other contradicting part of their argument is that men can't though. So they're trying to sell this idea that men don't have sex early on because they don't have value. But now all of a sudden, men early on who don't have value are getting a bunch of women pregnant. Like that doesn't make any sense at all. Like that's contradicting.
Like I said, like they say a lot of shit that contradicts itself. Like telling young men to get a vasectomy in their 20s is crazy. You would never tell your little brother or your nephew to get a vasectomy in their 20s. That shit's fucking outrageous.
What you all have claimed this entire time, that there is a subsection of men who are celibate, who aren't having sex, who've gone stretches of the year without having sex at all, but
Who are incels.
now all of a sudden men are having enough sex to get women pregnant at such an alarming rate that you would sit here and tell men to get a vasectomy.
Become high status because
Yeah.
you're eliminating all variables that
Risk.
can fuck you up.
Yeah, it's about
That's
risk,
what he's saying.
risk mitigation right there.
How many dudes do you know that could have made it to the NBA or could have been a star in an athlete or something?
Niggas say risk mitigation, nigga. You gonna risk never being able to have kids. They're trying to get a vasectomy in your 20s, nigga. A lot of niggas in they man, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of people in their 20s is fucking, but a lot of niggas in their 20s, you know what I'm saying? Like just regular niggas, they fucking too, but I wouldn't say they just, you know what I'm saying, getting enough pussy left and right, you know what I'm saying, fuck around, end up having a kid by mistake in mass, you know what I'm saying, most niggas not having sex enough to just be, you know what I'm saying, having kids willy-nilly. It's really the women, you know what I'm saying, that have the ability to do that, have sex, just have sex with somebody whoever they want and possibly end up having a kid and it just be like it is what it is, but niggas don't have that ease of access to even be able to, you know what I'm saying, fuck around and have kids by mistake. Most niggas that have kids by mistake be like the, you know what I'm saying, pre-select niggas, like the niggas that can like get a lot of women and have a lot of sexual opportunities, like starting out like pretty young, fairly young, like around puberty age. But niggas who never like really got no play like that, you know what I'm saying, all through school and whatnot, and then just graduated, you feel me, and probably got a job and just be chilling and probably stay with their mom or some shit. A lot of like regular boring niggas like that. Not just out here just going crazy, you know what I'm saying? Pussy for real. I say something is cause I ain't gonna lie. When I was like in my early 20s, I was going crazy. I had just got me a car. You know what I mean? When I was like 19 or something, bought my first car, my own bread. You feel me? I was in the streets. You know what I mean? But that's another story for another time. Hey, y'all comment below. Let me know if y'all want to hear like some more story times, things of that nature. We a community over here, you know what I'm saying? I don't got no problem sharing no stories, you know what I'm saying? Y'all having them comments though. Let me know some.
I think that got some chick pregnant. Yeah. Like
How many dudes you know?
I know NBA.
How
I
many
know
do you-
NBA players that got chicks pregnant. That's not gonna stop you from dropping 50, man. I'm sorry.
Well, how many dudes do you know? How many dudes you know that were already 1 in a million to get to the NBA, but also were the other 1 in a million to get somebody pregnant, and that was enough to stop them getting from the league?
That's not even. You're acting like the child would stop you from your athletic progress.
It doesn't. And not only that, the irony of you all coming up there shitting on women for bringing up these very unique men as examples to justify their arguments, and here you are talking about a 1 in a million scenario.
Once again, we support families.
Yeah, we do.
But at the same time, for what he's saying to become successful
You
at a young
can't
age,
say that you support families and also tell your audience to get a vasectomy.
we didn't say that. We just said we're
You're
explaining-
toning the fence about
We're
it.
explaining why he said that.
Do you agree?
I understand why he said it.
You see how you're ducking? You see how you're ducking the
No,
it's a simple
you put
question.
this on me. It's not about me. It's about the generational.
I'm asking your opinion.
No.
Simple
You put
question.
this on me. It's not about me. It's about the generational.
I'm asking your opinion.
No. Sneako, you're funny.
It's just a question.
No.
Bro, we make the girls on the panel answer questions specifically all the time. It's just, do you agree, yes or no?
Personally, my decision has nothing to do
Duck it, man.
discussion. I'm just saying for you, bro.
Politician answer.
I understand why he's saying that.
Yeah, your thing is he's talking.
Fresh is definitely the politician of the pod. I can see that. Fresh is definitely the politician of the pod.
About how to become a high value guy.
Nigga doesn't want to answer a simple question, bro. Do you agree, yes or no, bro?
The nigga does not agree with it. That's why he's not answering. That's why he giving that PC answer. That's why when fucking Myron finally found the tweet, he like, oh, this tweet, this what you talking about, and then really didn't even like rebut it. Like, really didn't say anything about the tweet. Try to come with some bullshit excuse, you know what I'm saying? Contradicting himself and shit. Then he asked Fresh the same question. Fresh don't even want to answer the fucking question. That's how you know these niggas just be on this bitch rambling and talking.
These women on the hot seat and y'all give them yes or no questions. Do you agree with telling 20-year-olds to get vasectomies, nigga? Do you agree with it? Not if you understand it. Do you agree?
Not if you see some benefit in it. Do you agree?
Do you agree? It's a very simple yes or no question, bro. Okay, so he goes around the panel. He asks the women, like, what do they find? What do they deem as a high value man?
Is your definition of a high value man? We could start with Karen on the couch.
Okay, well, first of all, thank you for advocating for that just now. I appreciate a man saying that.
This
But
nigga.
Well, you dodging like a motherfucker.
yeah, you.
Wait, what was the title? What was the question? Sorry.
What are your qualifications for a high value man?
Okay.
What's your idea of a high value man?
A high value man is somebody who's successful, who is intelligent, who is hardworking, and who has integrity, and who's a genuine person.
We're gonna let them define.
So that's essentially what everyone's answer is. More so character based.
Which is kind of cap, but we'll allow
No,
it.
but that's how they answered it, right?
With women's idea today and like while traveling the world, that I probably agree with women's idea of a high value man more than the RedPill space's idea of a high value man.
How dare you?
I think women, did you see how all of them, none of them brought up finances really? None of them brought up like the way you look. None of them talked about like what you wear. And all of it is about character. It's
Sneako
about
took the TradCon pill, bro.
Yeah,
It's about your personality. It's important. It's important.
TradCon pill, bro.
No, look, it's important to have wealth.
I don't know why that's crazy.
I know, that is crazy.
I don't know why that's
It
crazy.
is.
They're like, oh, is he detracting from the red pill?
Yeah.
Is he forming his own opinion outside the scope of what we agreed upon? Oh, I don't know.
Making fun of just because they said more so character-based traits rather than the superficial traits that y'all prove
I
all
think,
the time.
you know why? I think it's because he's been traveling more.
That's what he just said. He said, because I've been traveling more,
Yeah.
I've been,
Because that's like a very American thing. People don't understand how American the idea of wanting things is.
Yeah.
It's a very, very American thing, bro. Like, the Maybach isn't enough, nigga. I need the penthouse. Oh, without the penthouse, what am I gonna be? Now you pursue the penthouse. You got the penthouse. I need 50 acres of land. I need 50 acres so that I can sell the farmland's gonna be so valuable in 50 years. Now you're onto the farm, you get the farmland. Like, bro, it just never ends. It's an American thing, bro.
Because a lot of guys, remember, dude, the average guy doesn't have much dick discipline. They'll get a girl
Yes.
pregnant when they're 18, 19,
Instantly,
20,
bro.
21. So if you get
No, they do not. Most guys
Yeah,
do
no,
not
they
get women
don't.
pregnant when they're 18, 19, 20, 21.
Some do.
I'd say most guys get girls pregnant like around their like early to mid 20s is when niggas really start getting women pregnant. Early to mid 20s. You know what I'm saying? Typically, if people, you might catch that one. You know what I'm saying? One dude or one girl that got kids like in high school. You know what I'm saying? It might even be a few. It might be up to like 10. But how many students are actually in attend that school? Like a few thousand, and out of those few thousand, like teenagers, there's only maybe say like 10 that actually like have kids that are in high school while they're in school. It's a very small number. Most people end up having kids by mistake or on purpose, like either in their early 20s to mid 20s. It's typically around the time it happens, either like around college age or like when people are graduating college. You know what I'm saying? And starting to get married and shit like that. It's usually around, you know what I'm saying, 20, usually around like somewhere between like 21 to 26. I say it's when most people have their first kid, whether by mistake or on purpose.
Some.
Most.
What do you think the percentage is? 'Cause I've already looked this up. Because this nigga's lying. What do you think the percentage is?
Probably like
Under 20 and under.
20, 25?
No.
It's less than that?
How many men do you think have their first child when they're 20 years old or younger?
By accident?
20 or younger by accident. On average, how many? Younger than 18. I'm gonna guess and say y'all leave y'all guess down in the comments now. Don't don't leave me hanging. I'm gonna say under 18 having kids by mistake in school. I ain't gonna lie, I'd say like 4%, maybe
Or just in general?
Regardless, in general.
20, 25.
Lower. 7%.
25. Oh, 7. See, I was almost there. I was right there. Wait,
Of men have their first child when they're 20 or younger. About 34% of men have their first child when they're 30 and older. So
But you can't attribute all that to dick discipline because a lot of people just want kids and try for kids.
Oh, no,
Especially
I get that, but what I'm saying is to make it seem like a bunch of, he sat there and said a bunch of men, young men, have kids when they're 18, 19, 20, 20. That's just not, that's literally not the case. That's just
Yeah,
a
that's
lie.
cap.
And again, the only reason I'm going hard is because these are the niggas who come to these sets with a bunch of stats and facts to sit here and try to dunk on women, and now they're using hyperbolic language the same way that these women use to try to get a point off, and the point that they're trying to get off is that it's okay for 20-year-olds to get a vasectomy, bro.
The thing is that girls are gonna say things that are politically correct, and it sounds good. Like, oh, notice how she said a guy who has his finances in order, and then what did she say? Doesn't spend his money stupidly. That's having your finances. Like, I don't really care about finances, but like have your finances in order, but not really. But like,
To
just don't spend money stupidly.
On her
So
and
it's
the
like-
kids.
Like, I get it. Like, the girls are on a podcast. They don't want to make themselves look like bad or whatever. But dude, I mean, let's just keep it 1,000. I always say it. All women are gold diggers. Some are just better at hiding the shovel.
Hey, that boy.
Bro, these hyperbolic
Hey.
statements that they make, bro, god damn.
I actually agree with him on that specific
But
point.
something
I
else.
agree
with it, but
however,
it's
I
just-
like they most cap, but I don't agree that all women are gold diggers.
Nah, that is the right thing to say, and there are women that believe that. It's just not all of them.
It's
here.
not all of them, no.
Some of them are lying. Some of them would 100% disqualify somebody if they were not rich, or if they were short, or just a whole bunch of artificial metrics.
Without a doubt. But that goes to everyone though. Like men as well. Like men want certain things, but if she's not like a
Nah,
certain,
men keep it a buck though.
I'm not saying they won't keep it a buck, but they can sit here and just say all the things that they want from a woman, but there's always going to be artificial aspects that will completely eliminate certain aspects of women, right?
Yeah, but I think they keep it a buck about the artificial aspects.
Oh no, I get that.
Like
But
if you ask a guy, then he'd be like, "She gotta have a fat ass."
Yeah.
They'll just say it, but they won't not bring it up. But that'll be a thing they really, really, really want.
Yeah.
They'll always bring that up.
But would you date a woman who's 6'3"?
Yeah, that would, of course.
6'3"? 6'7"?
In my head, I'm just thinking like, wow, I can't wait till they get to the league.
Okay. All right.
Gold digger. Agent's a gold digger. So okay, when did he get to the league? Nah, he wanted to make it to the league so she can start spending his money. You know what I'm saying? Some gifts can go the other way. You know what I'm saying? But nah, that's funny.
That's crazy. Well, we know Myron. He's not dating a black woman, so.
Becoming successful in a high value light.
So who is the high value man? Who qualifies that? Because all the women in here, they just said that it's about ambition, it's about character, your personality. Is it you flexing for other guys? Who's qualifying? Like, who are you becoming high value for? Other dudes on the internet?
So
Yeah.
ultimately, when you're done with that list, so to speak, and you're successful, you now are seen as a prize to women. So for example, yes, you could have a good personality, have good energy, good vibe. That's cool. But long term, becoming successful is going to be the key factor for most people. So he's just saying, to get there faster, do these steps. Now, ultimately, like I said before, family-wise is not, I want to say, the best
And
way.
here's the other thing too, bro. I don't mean to call any of these ladies out, but they said a bunch of bullshit. They don't even care about any of these things unless they're attracted to you first. There's plenty
course not.
there's
What makes you attractive, though?
Well, hold on. But you're not gonna give a fuck about his personality or being genuine or his integrity if he's not handsome enough or if he doesn't qualify.
That's everyone, bro.
That's facts.
That's everyone. You're not gonna care about the qualities of.
Like, I'm not gonna give a fuck about her, you know what I'm saying, personality if she's not like at least kind of pretty to me, you feel me? Or like kind of cute to me, you feel me? Like, I'm not even gonna want to really sit there and entertain like any type of conversation if she's not meeting some type of requirements or prerequisites.
Any woman that they have unless they look good. That is everyone. That's not a unique thing just to women. That's everyone, bro. They never answer the question. just as you can see, they never answer the question. But for us to get to a point when we're talking about getting a vasectomy, come on, bro. Come on. What is the end goal of the high value man rhetoric? Is it just to be a playboy until you're like 35 and all of a sudden I can just reverse a 15-year-old vasectomy?
Which doesn't work. Like, even if you don't get the vasectomy and you like trying to be like this playboy type nigga till you like 35. You know what I'm saying? Once you get to a certain point and you're like stuck in your ways and you're like you know what I'm saying, once you're a certain type of person for a prolonged period of time, like it'll be kind of hard, or you know what I'm saying, kind of difficult for you to, you know what I'm saying, make an about face and just start walking the other way. You feel me? It'll be a very difficult. It's not impossible. Like, I'm not saying niggas can't do that. Like, I'm not saying niggas can't be like a player till they're like 35 and then turn around and say I want a family and a wife and shit. But you know what I'm saying, it will behoove you, if that is your, you know what I'm saying, end goal, to work on gaining understanding of what would be necessary of you in that role and try and figure out how you can get to that point like the safest way possible. But yeah.
Because if that's the case, then you're not going to have children anyway. It's going to be extremely difficult for you to pull that off.
I also think it's kind of lame that they're basically saying the number one way to live your life is to just attract, like, your goal in life should be to attract as much women as possible, to fuck as much women as possible, because all things are pointing towards that. Like, even the way they talk about success and self-improvement some of the times is like, well, think about how much girls you can be able to get.
Yeah.
And it's just like, bro, if that's your metric for what's going to make you happy in your life, I guess do you, if that's you. But also, that kind of feels like a sad life to live, bro. If that's your main goal, like, come on, you gotta have a goal deeper than just being able to fuck random women, dog. That's too surface level. Like, there's no real purpose in your life then. Like, what's the goal of it?
But yo, let us know y'all thoughts in the comment section below, man. What age do you want to get your first vasectomy at, man? That ass. What age do you want to get it, man? Let us know in the comment section below.
Yeah.
And then tell us what age you're going to finally reverse that vasectomy. What's the age you finally going to tell yourself, I'm successful enough, settling down, time to unsnip the snip, man. And yo, make sure you hit the subscribe button, notification bell. W Sneako, man. Thank goodness you start pushing back, bro. Oh, look, W Sneako right there.
Yeah.
And until next time, we'll see you all later. Peace.